What's up, guys? Trail here, better known as Budget Bill, and this is your second stimulus check update and stimulus package update for Wednesday, December the 23rd. Good morning, everyone, and what did I tell you guys on the last video? I said if Trump does not sign this stimulus bill, and what if he vetoes it and demands more money for the American people? Well, guess what? He did just that. Trump is ready to veto this bill unless they increase the $600 stimulus checks. Let's go ahead and talk about it on this video today. We also have the first state that was approved for the Pandemic EBT program for the 2020 through 2021 school year. Those are just some of the topics that we are going to cover today, but before we get started, be sure to like this video. If you like this type of content, of course. It definitely helps out a lot as it takes a lot of time to research all of this information and to provide a scaled down version to share with you guys. Also, if you haven't already and you want to become a part of this community, we would love to have you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to be notified of each new video. What's up, everyone? I don't know if this is some great news or if this is some not so great news, but let me know what you think. Initially, the new $900 billion stimulus bill was passed Monday night in both chambers that included a $600 stimulus check for the American people. There was a lot of complaints about the small amount of stimulus checks, considering the American people have been waiting on Congress to get their acts together for more than 9 months. But after months of failed negotiations to get a stimulus deal passed, Congress was able to finally strike a compromising bipartisan bill. Well, on Tuesday, that bill was headed to the president for his signature to sign the bill into legislation so that Americans could start receiving their stimulus checks as early as next week, which would be too late for Christmas, but right before the end of the year. And now, President Trump has come out and stated that he is willing to veto this stimulus bill unless Congress increases the amount of stimulus checks for the American people. Trump had a news conference Tuesday evening where he laid out everything that was in the second stimulus package bill, which he calls the bill unsuitable and demands Congress add higher stimulus payments to it. Let me go ahead and play the clip from the news conference yesterday and show you exactly what President Trump had to say.
However, the bill they are now planning to send back to my desk is much different than anticipated. It really is a disgrace. For example, among the more than 5,000 pages in this bill, which nobody in Congress has read because of its length and complexity, it's called the COVID Relief Bill, but it has almost nothing to do with COVID. This bill contains $85.5 million for assistance to Cambodia, $134 million to Burma, $1.3 billion for Egypt and the Egyptian military, which will go out and buy almost exclusively Russian military equipment, $25 million for democracy and gender programs in Pakistan, $505 million to Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama. $40 million for the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., which is not even open for business. $1 billion for the Smithsonian, and an additional $154 million for the National Gallery of Art. Likewise, these facilities are essentially not open. $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico, a provision to promote the breeding of fish in federal hatcheries, $3 million in poultry production technology, $2 million to research the impact of down trees, $566 million for construction projects at the FBI. The bill also allows stimulus checks for the family members of illegal aliens, allowing them to get up to $1,800 each. This is far more than the Americans are given. Despite all of this wasteful spending and much more, the $900 billion package provides hardworking taxpayers with only $600 each in relief payments. And not enough money is given to small businesses, and in particular restaurants, whose owners have suffered so grievously. Congress found plenty of money for foreign countries, lobbyists, and special interests, while sending the bare minimum to the American people who need it. It wasn't their fault. It was China's fault, not their fault. I am asking Congress to amend this bill and increase the ridiculously low $600 to $2,000 or $4,000 for a couple. I'm also asking Congress to immediately get rid of the wasteful and unnecessary items from this legislation and to send me a suitable bill, or else the next administration will have to deliver a COVID relief package, and maybe that administration will be me, and we will get it done. Thank you very much.
I personally think this is some great news, even though it further pushes back the timeline of when Americans can receive relief aid before the end of the year. But having the president stepping up and fighting for more relief aid for the struggling Americans in this country, and I also think it's great how he called out all of the wasted money in this bill that goes to other countries and local museums and so much more, which are not struggling right now. Again, he said, I'm asking Congress to amend this bill and increase the ridiculous low $600 to $2,000 or $4,000 per couple. I'm also asking Congress to immediately get rid of the wasteful and unnecessary items in this legislation or to send me a suitable bill. The president wants Congress to immediately amend this bill and add more money for the tax-paying Americans who need it the most, or else he will not be signing this virus relief bill. President Trump stated that he wants the $2,000 stimulus checks to individuals and $4,000 stimulus checks for couples in the amended stimulus package. Now, I asked you guys, and most of you told me in the comments section that you think that he would just go ahead and sign the bill without any question, considering that Trump has been very quiet during the negotiations of the bipartisan bill. But he proved us wrong. Seems like he is willing to fight for the American people at this time. And I agree that Trump should do this, especially as he leaves the White House. This will leave a huge mark, which is a good mark, on his legacy of fighting to get almost 4 times as much money for the American people who are struggling from this pandemic in 2020. But what do you guys think? Are y'all excited that he is willing to veto the bill unless they increase the amounts of stimulus checks the American people need the most that they can get at this time? Or do you think that Trump should just go ahead and sign the current bill with these $600 stimulus checks so that direct payments can start as early as next week? What do you guys think about all of this? And what do you prefer? I know a lot of people just need money right now, but I think that waiting for an additional week for a potential $2,000 stimulus checks versus $600 stimulus checks is definitely worth the wait. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. I would love to get your take on all of this. Now, I saw some folks on blogs that believe that this is nothing more than a bluff to hold up relief aid for all Americans for the holidays. But I personally don't think that President Trump would intentionally do that to hurt the American people. I just don't see it. But let me know your thoughts down below. In other news, we have some exciting news regarding the Pandemic EBT program for the current school year. We now have the first state that has submitted their plan of action, and it has been approved. Massachusetts has gained federal approval to continue the Pandemic EBT program through the school year of 2020 through 2021. More than 500,000 students will resume receiving P-EBT benefits in December. For those that don't know, the P-EBT program promotes increased food security for families who participate in the United States Department of Agriculture's, or USDA, National School Lunch Program. This program will cover the cost of school meals for more than 500,000 students in remote or hybrid learning environments. Eligible households will receive the net round of PBT benefits by the end of December. The benefits will cover school meals that were missed during October and November, and households will receive benefits through the end of the 2020-2021 school year. They are estimating that this will bring $40 to $60 million per month in federal dollars into the Commonwealth's economy. Now, the question is, who will be the next state to get federal approval for the Pandemic EBT program? I will keep you guys posted on any updates that I receive in regards to this. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. This has been your second stimulus check update news. Oh yeah, and don't forget that you can still get the free 30 days membership of the Amazon Prime just by signing up using the link down below. You also can get a discounted rate if you already have Amazon Prime and if you have an EBT card or you receive any type of government assistance programs. Also, you can get 2 free stocks just for signing up and depositing $100 into your brokerage account. All of those will be in the links down below in the description so that you can check those out if you wish. Other than that, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.